As far back as I can remember, my whole life sort of been revolved around water and boats and stuff like that. And my father taught me to water ski when I was 3, so like life's always been around water and boats, and sort of fishing just come part of that. And my grandfather's fished his whole life, so I learnt from that, and I got vivid memories of when I was probably about 10. We had a family vacation up to Mission Beach in northern Queensland. We were out fishing at the back of Dunk Island, and I got a massive Spanish mackerel. Oh, it seemed massive at the time, but from memory I think it was only about 15 or 16 kilo, but I was proud as punch when I was walking down. They had a set of scales at the caravan park, and I was walking down with the thing over my shoulder and it was dragging on the ground. So that's probably my most memorable fish when I was a child sort of thing. Myself, I am an electrician. Start early, so that means quite a few afternoons I get home fairly early, so every chance I get out in the boat, you know, whether it be chasing dewy afternoon of a winter time or even going up the bay for a snapper. And even if it allows me in summertime, I'll go out off Stratty and chase Spaniards and that of an afternoon. Other species I want to catch, I've always wanted to go up north and pop for GTs around the reefs and stuff like that. I think just the sight of you see people like bent over gunnels and that holding on to a big fish in shallow water, and the surf explosion when they hit a popper or a stick boat, I think that'll be unbelievable to go see. A fair bit of my time is spent up around the reefs, and that's always been chasing reef fish, so it'd be good to go up there and see a different side of things. If you go chasing a species of fish, like time and time again, you're going to get better and better at catching that type of fish. Like for me, probably that one fish is snapper, whether it's be chasing them up the bay in the shallows or offshore float lining for them, and even throwing plastics out in 50, 60 metres of water. Sort of, once you work out the pattern, whether it be that tide change or finding that ball of bait, it all helps. Every time you go out, you find a different thing that'll work. Some days they'll bite on bait, some days they won't, they'll only eat a lure. So you just got to work them out, and once you find that pattern, it's easy days. Challenges on the water is when it comes to fishing. I suppose every time you go out fishing, it's a sort of a bit of a challenge, because not only do you have to find where the fish are, you've also got to fool it into eating as well. So some days it's easy, some days it's hard, but I find every time you go out fishing, it is a challenge. One more fish that I'd like to go catch. Geez, that list's pretty big. Don't know whether I could narrow it down, but I have to say one thing, I wouldn't mind going chasing black bass in New Guinea. Around these local waters and that, you get mangrove jack. I do go chase them a little bit around here, but the black bass looks like one of those fish that would just about pull your arms off, just the brute strength of an oversized jack.